but I can tell you, if you were a user, a heavy user, a power user of ChatGPT 4, it was phenomenal. I also was reading this book called AI First. It's like a Harvard Business Review book. Like the head of LinkedIn had ChatGPT 4 before 3.5 came out. Imagine having ChatGPT 4 like a year or 2 years before ChatGPT 3.5 came out. Like you have like a superpower, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I would walk around like walking my dogs on the voice section where you could talk to it, right? And I would just like I would that those dogs got some walks because I would just I mean, I was walking and talking, and then I was like, I'm not ready to go home. Like, let me go get the other dog. Like, let me keep walking. And I mean, I'm talking like my wife would be like, where'd you go? I was like, oh, I was walking the dogs for, she was like 3.5 hours. So I was like, and I was like, yeah, and it was really insightful. And I started to use LLMs from a personal OS standpoint. I'll even just share a quick fun fact. This tells me my water usage. So I'm drinking water and it's tied into kind of a personal OS through Apple Health. And please don't hack me if you're listening. But there's a lot of really cool stuff that's coming down the pipeline. And just the bottom line is, if you don't love what you do, now's the time to explore and look at that. And the sky's the limit. I think that this is uh like maybe twice as big, three times as big as the internet. So if you remember dial up happening, what was the internet going to be? We're in dial-up phase of LLMs. So there's so much potential. And I want to pivot back to like AI's taking your job.
Mhm.
One of the things I can tell you, if you're doing stuff the old way, or you're just kind of using, whatever LLM to create a little bit of content or do a little bit of stuff, lean into it. I can tell you, like the comment browser, now there's prompt injection issues. ChatGPT just launched theirs if you're using Apple. Um, I can tell you right now that you can just do a repetitive task, whether it be like outreach, billing, whatever, and then it will learn what you do and it will take it over. I have case studies where like a billing company had like three billers, and then they let Comet just kind of follow what they were doing for a month. Okay. Just, it's recording what you're doing. And then after a month, they're like, all right, you do it for a week. It did it for a week. Perfect. They laid off two people and the one person was overseeing it. And now they're getting higher quality work. Like this use case can be applied to a lot of different areas. So if you're listening out there, and a little bit of this was discussed on the last podcast, like I said, I would go check it out, is if you don't evolve, if you don't grow, if you don't build your skill sets, someone that uses AI will take your job. There will still be a human in the loop, but it might not be you, because if you don't understand how all this stuff works and how it's integrated, and Dmitrii, that's like the perfect question when you're asking new hires, how are you using AI to complete your job? Like
Yeah.
that's literally like the first question that I ask. I was
Yeah.
like, how do you use AI to complete your job? Because there will be a human in the loop, but there's going to be a lot of jobs out there that are going to change. You're going to need to upskill. Like, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen in a lot of big businesses, but it's got to be a top down approach. It's got to be a bottom up approach. And like AI's solving problems. It's really good at, okay, automating stuff, but also predicting stuff. So there's a lot of new use cases. There's a lot of things that used to take time that it's being shifted. And the better you understand how to utilize this stuff, which I'm starting to see it in the last like month and a half, people weren't really talking about AI. Now I feel like everybody's talking about it. I don't know how much it's lip service and like, real kind of depth. Like, I could talk, particle swarm theory, like after this, like, right. Like, we can go deep on the math side of things, but like people, I don't think understand the fundamental change of how big of a change this is going to be and how AI is in everything that we do. And the better you can understand that, um, it can be applied in all these areas. We're getting all kinds of use cases, even outside of like just marketing. We've, you know, like rev ops, sales, like solving problems because we can reach more based on data and knowledge to do other things. And I think that a lot of businesses that don't go through this transition, like they're just moving from that industrial area to the you know web transformation or digital transformation era, they're starting to get a handle of digital marketing. The companies that are going to make that next transition are going to outshine a lot of these other companies really quickly. And that's the thing. If you ask me what keeps me up at night, that's the thing is, are people going to be able to upskill fast enough? And, or are they going to just treat LLMs like a toy?
Yeah, this is where it's the, I guess, the underlying thought of this conversation, on my side at least. Before AIs, there were tons of different tools that you could have used. Let's say, when Photoshop came out for graphic designers, or I guess designers,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, we're all dead now. It's like, no, it just makes your life easier and faster and whatnot. But still, there were tons of different other tools available for you to explore. Nowadays, with AI, same thing. It just even more tools
Yeah.
that coming out by hundreds probably nowadays every day. So really, what it comes down to is, like, in a sense, you kind of have to have a little bit of laziness in you. It's like, how can I do my job the easiest way? And then that, if whatever parts, the small parts of your everyday work can be outsourced to whatever AI tool, then you free up your brain power to do something that AI cannot do,
Mm,
which is anything from idea generation to some kind of like a higher level thinking, to more strategic thinking, and everything that AI is, I assume at some point is going to be good at, but nowadays is still not.